I go back to one of my favorite sports movies, Remember the Titans. And there is a line in that movie, attitude reflects leadership. And I look at Quinn Hughes, and when things are not going well, and there's the captain of the team, and you just look at a guy whose body language, and okay, maybe he really wants to win. But at a certain point, when you watch the captain of your team who looks like it's like, I don't want to be here anymore. I mean, guys tell me that doesn't rub off. Tommy, I mean, I'm sure you've seen those guys that you played with like that.
Yeah, like, and I don't, like, if he wanted out, like, I don't know the guy at all. Like, none of us are in the room, but like, if you're buddies with him or whatever, and you're having a beer or whatever they do, and you talk, and he's like, hey, I think I'm going to get out of here, looking to get out of here. Whatever. Like, I think that's kind of stuff is fine. But when I do think it's a problem is when you're in the room or you're playing games or it's at practice. And, if you're playing with this guy all the time, you can tell if he's, he's an excellent skater and he's a great player. He can kind of put it on float and get by out there a little bit, like to a point. But if you're sitting there watching and you're this guy's D partner, I'm on that D core, and he's mailing it in. And you can tell in about 5 minutes. That's when I think it becomes a problem. And that's when you need to, like, okay, this needs to change now, because it's going to be poison for the whole team. So like I said, I didn't see enough Canucks games. I don't know. I mean, I know he kind of looks, I saw some clips today about him, with his first game in the Wild, and he's on the bench and he seems like he's kind of, but that's just kind of how he looks. So he kind of has that look to him anyways. But yeah, I do think once you start going down that road, I think it's pretty hard to come back.
Clearly, it looked like he had wanted out for a while.
Well, that's where I was going to go, Seawell. I think the gut punch happened a long time ago. I think we talked on this show a week or two ago about Rutherford talking about making the trade already. I think they've had a gut punch all season, and even going back to last when this started to really show its teeth that he wasn't going to sign and he wasn't going to go, and all roads were leading to New Jersey. I think the three of us thought that was maybe not just automatic, and we just found that out was not automatic. So all in all, a huge gut punch for the organization to lose a guy like that. But on the flip side, the way the last 9-10 months have gone, probably a relief for a lot of guys just to have it over with. And now they know what came back. And the reality is they did pretty well. They got 3 National Hockey League players. They get a late first-round pick probably because Minnesota's good this season. But they got 3 legit National Hockey League players, 2 with a lot of upside. And, for one guy, that really helps organizationally the depth of the Vancouver Canucks.
Kami, did you sense with the last week we were talking, you kind of you threw the Canucks in your don't puck it up. You talked about your old boy, your old boss, Jim Rutherford. Did you know this was coming? Did you I felt like I'm kind of listening it back now.
And I'm like, man, he's in Carolina with him. He's going to tell him what to do.
That's right.
Maybe Kami set this whole thing up.
I did. That's right. I did say that on the last pod that I was going to talk to my boy Jimmy at the reunion and tell him to ship him out of town. I'd like to set the record straight for any Canucks fans here. This is not my fault. You can check the pictures. Sunday night, Jimmy was at the game and at the Angus Barn. I did not arrive in Carolina, unfortunately, until Monday. So I had no discussions with Jimmy. I am not in the inner circle with the Vancouver Canucks, so it had nothing to do with me. My thoughts on the trade, I do think it's a pretty good haul. I understand that he's an excellent player. Like, I get it. And maybe I'm like, we've gone over it a little bit. Like, you can't trade him this. And I don't know. Maybe it's because of how my career went. So I'm a little jaded. That probably it. But like, I have no patience or like, hey, you don't want to be here, get out. Is basically 100%. How I think. And if it's, if they came, hey, do you want to resign here? Or like, is long term, like, can you see being here long term? And he hums and haws or says no, gone. See you later. Do as best you can. And it's time to move on. And in my opinion, the way things are going, like for the rest of the guys on the team and for everybody involved, him as well. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy on anybody there. I think the sooner you do it, the better. So, obviously it sucks losing a guy like that. But at the end of the day, it's time to move on. And that's what Jimmy did.